Hello everybody, it is I, your favorite VTuber Android Arrowhead, and I'm back with more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. Yes, that is a long name. Anyway, we are doing Turnabout Big Top. The headmaster has been murdered. The magician is a suspect, which means he can't have done it because it never is the first person. And that's a few quick facts for you all. Anyway, so, as you remember from last time, the clown did not like the magician. No one really liked the magician. The ventriloquist got his dummy stolen by the magician, got his head smacked by the magician. Basically, our client is an asshole. However, it is not illegal to be an asshole, it's just illegal to do some of the other stuff that he did, which he's not on trial for at the moment. So, with that all in mind, I accidentally, just to test the audio, tried showing her a picture, and it is her dead father. So, there's that. Just putting that one out there. Anywho, I think the audio is fine. I haven't really changed anything from Friday. We'll see if that all works out. Anyway, Nick, you can't show her that picture. It's a picture of her dead father. Oh, yeah, that would be a bit insensitive of me. I don't remember what voice I did for her. Shit. It wasn't the Valley Girl voice. It wasn't... Was it Russian? I think I was doing like a Russian man voice. Show me, show me, show me. Okay, that wasn't it. What about this? What can you tell me? I'm not really good at figuring out hard things. Really? You too? I understand exactly what you mean. I never expected Maya to make a new friend in a strange place like this. Really? That's exactly where I expected her to make a new friend. Well, whatever. Anywho, Right, we were gonna talk to her about, the fucking... these guys. Alright. The monkey is called Money? Yes. Oh, well, the rich ape just stole my attorney's badge. Mind if I get that back? Let's see what I can do. Even I have money problems. Huh? Whenever Money sees something shiny, he takes it back home. That's pretty funny. Well, I guess I'll just have to find out where Money disappeared to. I think that's your best bet. You should probably ask Uncle Mo. He might know. Huh? You don't know? Well, Money isn't exactly someone I am on friendly terms with. Please get on friendly terms with him. I require the thing. I require the badge. What? He's not really the kind of animal I work with, even if he does need training. Oh, I see. Go to Moe's. Huh. I guess it is time that I revisit that kooky clown. I do think we need to ask her about this, though. Let's just get that, I'm gonna do all the options, because I feel like I've done too much of the whole, oh, Arrowhead plays Ace Attorney, and then, doesn't actually figure anything out for 30 minutes until he clicks the obvious option stuff. So we're gonna go with this right now. Do you mind telling us a bit about Ben? Ben? You mean the guy that is always hanging around with Trilo? What do you mean, hanging around? Well, he was there when Trilo told me he was in love with me. Trilo told you he was in love with you? We knew that already, I thought. Huh. Yes, he did. Kinda cute, don't you think? He's so smart, and he's such a wonderful singer. I love him. But what about Ben? What about Ben? He's got nothing to do with me loving Trilo. Like sand through the hourglass, so are the days at the circus. Man, Phoenix is just full of sarcasm, isn't he? You know, I had this thought the other day, but honestly, if they ever made, like, a Phoenix Wright movie where, one of the ones where he's, like, older or whatever, I feel like it'd be funny if they got Jason Bateman to play Phoenix. Just because he could probably do the whole, like, you know, in the face of, like, a normal person trapped in some kind of weird situation. Because he's got the whole, like, yeah, no, totally, we could, cross-examine the parrot, yeah. Hey, Yuna, welcome to the stream. What are you dead about? Regina, you were proposed to, weren't you? Proposed to? Nope, that won't be for a while. Huh? Really? That's strange, isn't it, Nick? Yeah, Max and Trilo both said otherwise. Maki was playing some guy in Fortnite. You share the account. And he was saying she was so bad at the game. Oh, and then you were on the account. Okay, that's pretty funny. They said they asked her for her hand in marriage. Ah, but Max only talked to the ringmaster about it. I forgot about that. He asked the ringmaster for her hand, not Regina directly. And Bro starts crying because he thinks she's too good. That's pretty great. That's fantastic. So I guess Trilo hasn't asked her directly yet. What? He's going to propose to me? I'm so confused. How about you, Maya? Huh? What? Who do you think I should go for, Max or Trilo? Wait. You do realize that Trilo is a puppet? Huh? I don't care that he's a bit stiff. Oh boy. Alright, to the clown, who's somehow more sane than she is. She was talking shit to him. It's always so funny to have someone on the mic who's not playing the game so they can just say whatever they want and face no consequences. Ooh, new thing here. December 28th, lodging house, pizza. That is pretty good though, you know. Welcome to the stream. Huh? Detective Gumshoe took off already. Yeah, probably because we ditched him earlier. I bet he and the other cops got lonely and headed back to the precinct. Alright, clown. Joker. I'm here to collect on... Wait, Batman doesn't talk like that. Never mind, anyway. December 28th, lodging house, first floor, Moe's room. Oh my, if it isn't Mr. Right all the time. It's alright to be wrong every now and again, right? See, Nick, it just took a while for the joke to find its audience. So what can I do for you? Did you remember a good joke you wanted to tell me? Pull up a chair, or maybe just pull my finger and let me have it. We're going to get the same sound effect either way, aren't we? How'd you know I put a whoopee cushion on my finger? Oh my god. I don't think even the dumb voice I'm doing for this is enough. You really know what it takes to be a clown, don't you? The monkey. Have you ever heard of a monkey named Money? Ah, yes, Money. He stole my attorney's badge. Well, Money does love shiny objects. It makes sense that he'd swipe your badge. But under no circumstances can you chase after him. Huh? Why's that? Oh, I know. You don't want to get involved in any monkey business, right? Exactly. Bravo, bravo. Enough joking around, though. Money isn't considered a member of Vegeta's family. Then who does he belong to? I'll be happy to take you to where his owner is staying. You mean right now? Of course. Shall we go? Should we go with him now or wait a while? No real reason we can't go now, but I guess I should also exhaust his dialogue before. We'll go after we talk some more, okay? Oh, so you want to hear me talk some more, do you? Your wish is my command. I'll give you the full repertoire of 1001 jokes. Please don't! Woohoo! No, Maya, no. Don't woohoo that! Regina! So about Regina. Regina is such a pure, innocent child. She's such a cutie, too. She was born and raised in the circus, you know. But that means she doesn't really know much about the world outside the big top. Sounds like Pearly. For her, every child's dream of the circus is her everyday reality. Mo, are you okay? Look at his fucking eyes. He's got like a little like the sadness lines under his eyes. It's like that meme where the guy's just like, man. Fucking frowny face. Even his hat is frowning. She lives in a dream world. She sees dancing wild animals, men flying in the air, and one very funny clown every day. It's not me, but there's another one. The funny thing is that all seems normal to her because it's her everyday life. I guess that explains why she thinks she can marry a ventriloquist's puppet. Don't ask me if her reality is a good thing or a bad thing, though. A clown sees life simply without complications. Alright. Fast forward. Go with Mo. Go with Mo. December 28th, lodging house, 3rd floor, Acro's room. Oh, it's Acrobat, isn't it? That's the joke, is that... Yeah, alright. I've got you figured out, Ace Attorney. I gotcha. This is it. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? I can't breathe. Don't be such a wimp. You only had to climb 2 flights of stairs. That doesn't sound that bad. Phoenix, come on. You cannot be that out of shape, man. That cannot... No. Don't. You gotta have more cardio than that, my guy. Anyway, this is the place. Acro's room. Acro? Acro. He's an acrobat, but it seems he's not around today. Huh? That big pile of junk over in the corner? I don't think it'd be wrong to assume that Phoenix's stuff is over there too. Just be careful to make sure you've got the right stuff. Thanks, Mo. See you later. Money the monkey added to a court record. Added to the court record. Your Honor, I'd like to cross-examine that monkey. Holy cow! There's a fork and a mirror. Things that I see every single day. Yeah. Everything's shiny. There's even a really cheap-looking knockoff wristwatch. Look at this! It's a trophy, and it's really heavy!
Nick, I found it! Your badge! It's right here!
Attorney's badge returned to its rightful spot in lapel. 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 Thanks, you really saved me.
Huh? What's the matter? Did you find something?
Yeah. Check this out.
It's a ring!
There's something engraved on it. From T to R. Oh, Trilo got his ring stolen. And he's a puppet. Ring put in pocket. So we can sell it later to make ends meet. Well, I think it's about time we wrap up our investigation.
Do you think we'll win in court tomorrow?
Who knows? Even I can't imagine what kind of testimony will come out tomorrow. I'm guessing Mo will be a witness in court tomorrow. Mo and maybe the puppet?
Don't worry, Nick. No matter what, we've still got a magician on our side.
That's good, because we might need some magic tomorrow. To be continued. No. I'm too good for it. You think I'll need to save in a normal case? No. And I realize, of course, I've had to in the past, but that part of the comedy here comes from the fact of my arrogance possibly messing me up. December 29th, 9:43 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 5. Good morning, Max.
Max? Max?
Milk.
What?
If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie.
Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down.
I guess.
Nick, Max is really nervous.
That's understandable. Hey, my sweeties. What? You don't think I should fly, do you?
Huh?
You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be right? Anyway, imagine if you hit someone.
Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay.
Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. First off, thanks for saying dashing. I appreciate that. On the other hand, no. One glimpse of that and everyone in the room will be on your side.
Max, really, no one needs to fly today. Nick, what's with that look in your eyes?
I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. Like a phoenix. December 29th, 10 o'clock a.m. District Court, Courtroom number 2. Francesca von Karma. Now the case of one... Everyone! Your Honor, get on visit! Oh, sorry, I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. So... Well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor, he does often go by that name. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. It sounds more friendly.
I don't know, Judge. I feel like a guy named Billy Bob Johns is a guy I would trust with, like, my bank account information. He just seems like a trustworthy guy, that Billy Bob Johns, you know? You don't know. Okay, I see. Anyway. I wonder if that's to our advantage.
Miss Von Karma, your opening statement, if you please.
I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix, right? Huh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. It did not count. Do you hear me? She must still be upset about what happened last time. You have no chance. Zero. Zilch. Nada. I'm not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose at anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? Guilty? What are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge. But it's not like it'll bring her dad back. There. Opening statement complete. Now let's hurry and wrap up this waste of time. It's kind of funny how at any given point, Phoenix has a chance of just happening into a rivalry with some random lawyer he's never met before. For comedy, I guess.
Very well, you may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma.
Detective Dick Gumshoe. Get up there, now! The game audio is not nearly loud enough. Okay, that might do it. Anyway. Sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective.
Don't mention it. It's no trouble at all. I'm looking forward to this.
Very well. I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question.
At your service, sir. All right, Detective, you may proceed with your testimony.
Details of the events.
The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out.
All the circus performers were gathered in the Big Top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m.
The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. Hey there, pal. Hey there. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m.
The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail.
The cause of death was a blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. I see. He was beaten to death. Here's the autopsy report for the victim. The court accepts this in evidence.
Yep. And it's not going to be updated. Not this time. Nope. They can't just re-autopsy the corpse. That'd be weird.
A blunt object. Smoke weed every day, as the kids say. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Details of the events. Just press him on it, why not? Let me ask you about the snow.
It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime.
Did it pile up?
It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day.
The snow... Let me see, there's gotta be more to this. Huh? What's the matter, Nick?
I need to take a look at the court record. Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime? Oh, one thing I will say about this, I like how, Oh, the guy all said, Makima, stop following me, sheep's following me. That is pretty funny. Makima responded with, maybe I'm going to the fucking safe zone. Well, yeah, it's like, obviously you're gonna follow someone if you're in the same area as them and you're going to the safe zone. What do you mean you're following them? That guy is crazy. Anyway, one thing I will say that I like about this game that doesn't get brought up, I like how the judge will lead into the next, like, statement in the testimony by saying something afterwards. Something about the snow piling up, though. Let me see. It's a little weird, but it doesn't contradict anything. Well, anyway. Maybe I'm going to the fucking safe zone, Dumbledore said calmly. Harry, did you go to the fucking safe zone? When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and the staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course the defendant Maximilian Galactica and his victim the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot. Regent the tiger was there as well. Regent the tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Oh, that was his. Kept saying, 1v1 me, you fucking dipshit. IRL. That's the best way to settle Fortnite fights. IRL. In the parking lot of a Denny's at 3 a.m. Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to? Regina was playing with Regent while Mo went back to his room tired from work. Hey there, pal. Ben the ventriloquist went to the front gate absorbed in his own world. The ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately. Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? It seems they were negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. Sure, the kid was like 9 and shit talking. That's the funniest time, though. Whenever it's like an actual child doing it. Because then they're always like, yeah, I'll fuck your mom, I'll do all that stuff. And you're just like, I know how to drive, bitch. Or something like that. Not that you would say that to a child, but... And then again, if they're saying stuff like fuck, yeah, they kind of brought it on themselves. I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m. Okay, not a problem, pal. But... Kid went too far. Yeah. If the kid starts it, by all means, do whatever. This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. Alright. We'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? There were 2 kids being dickheads, but they went too far. Yeah. Now, if they started it, then that's absolutely their fault. A wooden box? That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, huh? It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked. Not to mention it was locked. Locked, you say? Wooden box. Add to the court record. This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions. Let's see. Small but strong lock. Let's just say about it. This she was a failed abortion. Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's pretty fucked. Honestly, they got what was coming to them. If all they got was like insults, you know, that's just kind of the way of the world.
This wooden box, you figure it weighs about 20 pounds, right?
Sounds about right. The whole thing is lined with iron.
Iron plating? Why do you think it's lined with iron?
I figure they just did it to make the box heavier.
I think we could all do without your guesses, detective. Stick to what little you actually know.
Sorry, suffice to say, the box is really heavy.
Said, yo, I'll see your dad again tonight. I'm going to bang your father. That's a new take on that. Usually it's the mother, but yeah. That's pretty funny though. Much better. You may continue on, detective. According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct?
You've done your homework, pal.
And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak.
Because the kid is 9 and she's 23.
Yeah. So she'd have been 14. She doesn't have to be their original mother. She just has to be their new mother. Which she can be, as a stepmother. Being a step-parent is a totally legitimate business in today's day and age. Just gonna put that out there right now. Anyway. My theory is that it's something the perpetrator ran off with.
You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene. No. I bet he made it disappear with magic. Oh!
There wasn't much that we could go after with Gumshoe this time. He gave us the facts as he saw them, but there's gotta be more to this. I didn't see anything, but that's why you're the lawyer and I'm the medium.
Maya, you usually see lots of things. Don't sell yourself short there, pal.
No, damn it, no, back. There.
Just call the kid Freddy Fazbear because his microphone had the glitch. Sounded like an electronic, that's funny.
Do you mind telling us what was inside that box?
Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. Or Fort Box, if you believe that. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. Bottle? What is that, detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle.
I feel like the Gumshoe voice I'm doing is wrong. Like, it's different than I normally do it.
Hey there, pal. Hey there, pal. Hey there, pal. Yeah. Hey there, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth.
What's inside the bottle?
It's filled with pepper.
Wait, actually, hold on. Didn't it say how old Gumshoe was? And we were, like, shocked. He's only 31. This man looks grizzled for his age. Oh my god. Oh, Gumshoe.
It's filled with pepper. Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box?
Also, Aki is finishing writing his manga series sometime but not publishing it. Oh, is it one of those where they'll, like, publish it when they think it's, like, completely ready? There's only one little bottle in that huge box? I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning. Small seasoning bottle added to the court record. And now I have everything I needed to know.
Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now.
I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case. You mean all we're gonna get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness.
Huh? I'm not even off the stand yet.
Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint.
I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy.
Oh, that was Aki and Yuno, not Black Clover, an original character Aki isn't some. Yeah. And the main villain who forgot the name of. Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, call your next witness.
I would like to call I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. I wonder if Trila will show up on the stand as well. Please state your name and occupation for the record. And they literally were serious the whole fight until Bro gets on the floor. They start kicking him in the balls. The ball kicking demon. Or devil, I should say. Hey Nightmare, welcome to the stream. How you doing? My full name is Trilo Quist. My full name is Trilo Quist. I'm employed as an operatic tenor.
Excuse me, the witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist.
That road must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song. Me. Get all those reference to Chainsaw Man. It was supposed to be, but then I messed it up. Oh boy. It feels like the part where Aki and Denji kicked Katana Man in the balls. Yeah. That was an amazing part. I loved that. Especially just because Aki started out being all like, no, it wouldn't be right. And then he was like, okay, but what if we did though? Yeah. The world of the law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence, decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think? It had a good rhythm. No, it didn't. It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak.
Trilo, you know better than to insult a judge.
Shut up! Just look at your nose. You think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly I want to punch you in the face on the off chance swelling would help. Then she goes through some shit. Yeah. I don't know what happens in the manga after the anime ends, but I heard it's crazy. The part when his life gets fucked up. Yeah. I don't know what happens. All I know is that something happens. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star. 2, he's depressed out of his girl as being a pervert. Well, if he's not going to, someone has to. Not that he was ever, like, extremely perverted to begin with, but, like, you know. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds. I certainly do, and I'm not even a celebrity.
What's going on here? Order! Order! I demand to know who the witness is! Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trilo handle this. I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about getting testimony in this court.
You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now, let's proceed. What you witnessed? Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. I mean, clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. And it's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene? You're sure of that? Without a doubt. He had on his silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high?
That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown.
That's right, dress boy.
Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean that the clown committed the crime?
He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit.
Why's that?
Here's absolute proof.
Silk hat?
This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene.
Well, Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done.
Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say?
Okay, I guess she's the boss again today.
Tent with the stooge, I mean clown. There's someone back to the plaza's entrance. There's a question there as to why, but, let's try to get a little more on this. Are you sure it was really Max Galactica? Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing a snobby three-piece getup? Hey Makima, welcome to the stream. Snobby three-piece getup? Snobby three-piece getup? Get the wax out of your ears. Boys nowadays, you'd like talking to a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup. Jeez. Could it be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. Makima sent me a song today. It was one of those emo punk rock songs, and I was like, this is gonna be shit. And it wasn't bad. Oh, what song was it? Nick, I think you should put a little more effort into your preparing your questions. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilo? That's right, and that makes him the killer. There's only one person headed that way that night.
That makes quite a bit of sense. It makes Max one suspicious character.
Got the name Makima, what was it called? It wasn't that bad, but I don't remember any of it. Yeah, I gotcha. That happens to me sometimes. Let's say this. Wait a second. There's no proof that the witness saw Maximilian Galactica. Hey, you still don't get it, do ya? I saw what I saw. It was Max's three-piece joke of a costume. Alright, let's say it all together now. Silk hat, cloak, white rose, yeah. Thank you.
I think you should study up on your celebrities, Mr. Wright.
Great, I'm getting shut down by a toy. Okay, that's a little odd. Walking Dead Man or something. What, Walking Dead Man? You mean Rick Grimes? That's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well?
What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose the witness could have seen?
It's either her or him. Because Mo was already back at the thing. He said he saw Max going that way. I guess it's pretty cringe, but it's not a bad song. Okay, I'll check it out. Sounds good. Shouldn't they have seen the Ringmaster?
That's the victim.
That's correct. If Trilo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the Ringmaster as well. Obviously, the Ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with a sensor could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The Ringmaster and Max went together to the Ringmaster's room. Is that, according to the defendant, a likely story? If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the Ringmaster's room, why was he just as the witness stated at the scene of the crime?
I see. It seems that at this stage I have no reason to doubt this witness's testimony. And there are clearly no conclusive contradictions.
He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now, let's move along with the testimony. Trilo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is a part of that bitter love triangle with Regina. Which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. Mini favorite for JK fight so far. Personally, for me, as far as like the anime goes, let me see. I really liked Gojo versus Miguel just for like the cool animation in it. Geto versus Yuta was pretty cool. If we're going about like the show, then I would say maybe Yuji versus Choso was really, really good. But then in season 1, you also had Yuji and Todo versus Hanami, and that was cool. Yeah, Yuta versus Geto was pretty great. Also, there's Gojo versus Toji. That's great stuff right there. Both of them. Right, neither one of them were like huge fights, but like both of them had some cool parts to it. Okay, well at the very least I didn't lose a point thingy there. Tent with the stooge, I mean clown. Let's establish some stuff, alright. The clown, you're talking about Mo? Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic I can't stand him. Yuji versus Choso or Toji versus Dagon. That's a good one. Those are both great. I have a feeling, I don't know anything else that happens in Shibuya, but I have a feeling it's just only going to get better from there. Hopefully. Yeah, I've heard the manga has some really good fights in it. But anyway. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to keeling over for good. Oh, poor guy. We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack.
Then what happened? Then what happened?
Why the plaza's entrance? To do some thinking, of course. It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Yeah, let's not say anything about the manga because I still don't know about a lot of stuff in it, but anyway. Especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house have been a better idea? Mr. Phoenix right. I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. I'm a good thunker. And at least my teachers always said I was. And they know it was him. Because of that. I think I press him on this and I maybe say Regina instead of... Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken?
Is this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question.
Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it.
Well. The puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right.
Eh? Alright, there's obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought.
That makes perfect sense.
What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max heading to the... There is absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright, I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true. I was waiting for Regina.
Bane!
Don't volunteer things.
Mr. Quiz, tell us the truth this time. And I mean the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Were you or were you not the one waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house?
I was. I was waiting to propose to her.
You were what? Waiting to propose?
This court case is nuts. What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage? I mean, penguins do it too, to my understanding.
The matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case.
You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit.
What, Bane?
Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. Oh boy. I almost feel her pain. Almost. Don't be so surprised that I was gonna propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. No, you don't.
You were going to propose? You? A puppet?
Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love.
I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too.
What? Exactly. His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now.
Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your cross-examination.
Oh. What was with that sigh at the end? What the fuck? Just to make sure, so you're still thinking of trying to give it to Regina? Of course I am! I spent 3 months' salary on this thing. I'm not gonna give up that easy. I wonder how much he receives for appearing in the circus. Probably way more than he deserves. How about it, Nick? I think it's about time to unwrap this toy's testimony. That's the spirit, Nick. Give him heck. The judge has that dazed and confused look again. Maybe you should get out more. Judge is thinking about that, like, Regina. God damn it. It does, though. I have what's in his pocket. God damn it. I was trying to be smart. I was trying to be slick. Whoops. That didn't go so well. Ah, fucking boy. What did you have to give to her? What exactly was it that you planned on giving her? You know exactly what I was gonna give a numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer his question, what was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. Engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Francisca's grip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Push on. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever... I advise you to cut this argument short. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony, specifically about the engagement ring? I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology. You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. I plan on giving an engagement ring to Regina. An engagement ring? Uh-huh. It's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina's gonna love it. It's just a ring. What's the matter, Nick? Well, there's gotta be something I can catch him on. Actually, wait, let's press him on this. Let's try. Let's see. So you went to the lodging house to give it to her? That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice so many times that I lost count, but that uppity snob kept getting in the way. Uppity snob? He couldn't possibly be talking about me, Maximilian Galactica. When I get a hold of him, I'm gonna saw his wood block in half, and not with magic. Well, they always say that love creates rivalries. So what about this present? Are you sure about that? I think he's trying to give it to Regina. Do I present it now? Because I technically... I got it. There it is. Alright. I was right before! Trilo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Oh, looks like they're gonna double team me now. Do you recognize this ring? Ah, that's mine. Give it back. Thief. Thief. Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? I'm just imagining someone having to, like, pick up the pieces of the puppet every time he explodes. Just to, like, put him back together for the next immediate shot. What's going on here? That's... Ben, say something! Huh? Don't put me on the spot like that, Trilo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean the room they put money in, like a bank vault? Heh. That filthy monkey's gonna get what's coming to him. Mr. Quist, I would prefer it if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court. Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey in every sense of the word. Oh, I see. Well then. Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up. Shiny things? Trilo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was, that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime. What did you just say? Details, I need more details. Into your love life, Ben. Ben Triloquist. Holy shit, I just got it. I just understood. I get the joke now. Damn it.
I'm shocked it took me that long. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might be able to say that. The ring might have. Well, it could have been taken around that time. Ow! Yo! Too bad Trilo, who is apparently monkey-sized, didn't get it back, but either way. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It's nothing to do with anything. Especially not for who committed murder. It's not for you to decide what it has to do with what. Now, Trilo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trilo Quist. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trilo? You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. That is indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be? There was a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness was just stated that he chased after Money the Monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Wright? Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory. Which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist? Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He's blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant. What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dog face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him. No doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night. Ha! I told you so many times you think you'd know my story is not changing. You've already changed your story, stick boy. And I'm sure it'll change some more. When there's one lie, there are usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, witness's testimony. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I'd been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. Unless... If I could prove that Max never killed a soul, do you promise to never tell another soul what you saw? No one else was in the room where it happened. Is that a yes?
So that means that money didn't show up until after you saw Max. That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max. Then Money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him. How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting? Well, let's see. I'd say about, I suppose 5 minutes, I think. So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Not exactly watertight, but I don't have an immediate idea on what the problem is. Witnessing Max. About what time would you say these events took place? You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out for yourself. You already know the practice finished promptly at 10 p.m. And you already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to know around what time it was I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now what time was it? Indeed, what time was it? What time was it? Let me think about it for a sec. I'm no good at math. It was 10:10 p.m. Oh, yes, that sounds about right. It sounds about right because that's the time I saw Max on the scene. It was 5 minutes before the murder, so it's technically not out of bounds. Let's try this. So you testified that you said good evening to Max that night. You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? It's obvious that I'd say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You got something to add? Let me guess. That's not it, Trilo. You say good evening at night. Oh, I'm sorry, Trilo. Mr. Quist, I would prefer it if you kept your ventriloquist act outside of the courtroom. Impossible! A performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better. There's gotta be something wrong with this bit of testimony. I feel like the choice here is a little too obvious. Isn't that a bit strange to you? What do you mean? Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange. Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly, how is it strange to be cordial to one of your co-workers? Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a co-worker, I'd understand. That hurt. Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school. There's no reason that Trilo would ever say something nice to Max. But how do I go about proving it with the evidence? Bluffing is everything in this world. But I'm sure you already learned that one. I guess I could give it a shot. The witness will resume his testimony. I'm absolutely sure it was him. Okay, let's try that. You are 100% absolutely sure of what you just said. I told you already. Jeez. 100% absolutely sure. There's no way that he could be any more confident than that, right? What about 101%? Those three ridiculous symbols, huh? Out of curiosity, exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? I think 4. If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer with a chorus. Everyone together now. Cloak, hat, Roses. Multiple. Thank you very much. Why, you didn't have to join in, did you? You didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in his testimony somewhere. I agree, but do we have proof to make something stick? All we can do is try, right, Nick? We've got to have something useful that will prove useful. Alright, time to go to work. Let's try this. So you saw Max coming out of the big So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night. Of course that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance to the tent the entire time. I guess that makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina. So you were only concerned with waiting for Regina that night. That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up. You should think about how many eyes I actually have. I got 4, you know. 4. F-O-U-R. Count Ben, of course. With that many eyes, you really think something would have slipped by me? 4 eyes is an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose. Yikes. The judge is even more dangerous to our class than Trio. To our case than Trio. Class, this isn't Danganronpa. Oh. Alright. 5 minutes. Isn't that part of the problem, though? I was at 1:15. Phoenix made a point that it sounded strange, but... Let's see. I'll try this. Okay. It's like defusing a bomb. Like, you don't know if it's gonna, like, blow up in your face or be, like, diffused. Trilo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument. A disagreement at most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head. Bailiff, go retrieve the pieces. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? It's not what's at issue in this case. Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on the stand. There was no way a puppet this lewd would have just said... A puppet this lewd? Felix... Phoenix... Farlick... Fallon... What the fuck are you saying, man? What's happening? Phoenix, my guy, what do you mean a puppet this lewd? Yeah, he's got a hand up his ass, but don't we all? Anyway. There's no way a puppet this lewd would have just up and say good evening to his rival. Are you saying this witness is lying? That he's trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie. Honestly, I just... You just what? Okay.
That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night?
I'm gonna say different person. It is my belief that the witness did indeed... It is my belief that the witness did indeed... It is my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there was only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That's why Trilo made the effort to greet whoever it was he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it. What in the world are you...
Would the defendant kindly explain who it was that Trilo saw that evening then?
Maybe the ringmaster? If not him, I don't know who it could have been, because it wouldn't have been anyone involved with the case. It would not be Ben, because, you know, Ben was there with Trilo. If it was Regina, he would have talked to her, and Mo was at the lodging, so it has to be him. Considering the ill temper of the witness, there was only one person he would greet. I may have fucked up.
It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute.
No, Your Honor, it is not Regina. If it was Regina, Trilo would have given her the engagement ring as a present.
Oh, yeah, I suppose you've got a point there.
It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? You are correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trilo. Isn't that correct? Answer the question, Mr. Trist.
Order! Order! How do you respond to this?
Well, wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man, but once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica. But you said no one would mistake him for that, so...
I think it is high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of that plaza this evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica, or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry?
The prosecution argues that it was the defendant as the witness saw that night.
Obviously we know the answer here, right?
It couldn't have been Max, and if it was, he didn't do it, so... The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols. 3 symbols? 3 symbols. Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man, you gotta remember them by now. Here we go again. Everyone all together now. Out. Yes, yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and white robes. A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me. What was that? Nah. What was that? Well, the witness had endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. She's recoiling at the thought. She's a Max stan. What? Miss Von Karma. Do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant? If that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. Yes! I think we finally won a point in this one. That is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix, right? What do you mean by that? You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. Huh? Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, without the shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question. And evidence that clearly establishes one thing. That there is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime. Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare the next witness. Court is now in recess. I may want to save. I also may not. Fine. December 29th, 11:54 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 5. Sweetie, you have to believe me, I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then, where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly. He told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means... It means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous!
That's a fabulous possibility.
Well done, Nick.
However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where'd that go? Double,
Wow, Max, I never thought of that. I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something.
Well, I never was quite sure what to be when I grew up. Magician or president? You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision.
That's really cool.
Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. Honestly, a detective game about like a magician who becomes a detective could be kind of funny in concept. Is this your card? Those are handcuffs. Yes, they are, because you're under arrest. Okay, that wasn't funny, but imagine a world where that was. Just work with me here. Lobby number 2, that was like 14 minutes of recess. Either way. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case.
Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing.
Entire thing, you say?
Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand?
Lawrence Curls? Why did you just call him a pitiful clown? Maybe because of the smile that's upside down, which is a frown? Unless he has like a nose in the bottom of his chin, then it's like an upside down frown, but oh well. I'm not the smile police.
The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record.
In West Clanadelphia, born and raised. Name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court why he's speaking autobiographical gibberish? Oh, I'm sorry. Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. It's that time of the night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm getting tired. Not gonna end it here, but I'm getting brain rot on my lizard brain. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited to this sort of occasion. I wasn't quite sure what joke is suited to this sort of occasion. What in the world are you talking about? You're in the Grand Hall of Justice, not some comedy club. Might as well be both, honestly. Since it's easy for you to see your occupation, please state your name for the court. Oh yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Mo, just let the crickets roll, man. You are not the guy.
Okay, okay. How about this? Have you met your proctologist? Dr. Seymour Butts. Honestly, I'm willing to bet Seymour Butts actually is a character at some point in Ace Attorney. How was that one? But a couple of clowns would start to up there and go start talking about the neighborhood. Yeah. Your name. Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. You witnessed the scene around 10:15 p.m. the day of the murder. Correct? Yes, it is. Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walked into this place. Without the humor, please. Okay. Aw, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. You know, I know I'm not the most the greatest comedian in the world. I've been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying it. Imagine my predicament I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? What? Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case. Really? You'll really hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Thank you! I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. Oh my god. They would do that to him, wouldn't they? Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. I will not, though. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. That's very interesting. If this eyewitness account is enough to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. However, 'tis not to be believed. He also hates Max. Of course you can. There's no way that this account can be criticized. However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter? Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. Ha ha ha! It must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, you gotta find some kind of contradiction in this testimony. I know that.
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor?
I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber rattling. I understand, Your Honor.
If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you personally responsible. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one who comes up with the corny jokes. Okay. What you witnessed. Straight back to your room with Ben, that tracks. They were a bit far away. Hold on. Looks like they were right next to the window. Far away, you say. If you had to say exactly, how far away were they? Maybe think about that for a second. If my room is here, they looked about yay big. I'd say they're about 30 feet from my window. Just 30 feet. That's not far at all. It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility.
I see. Please continue with your testimony regarding the two shadows that you saw.
Where is Cloak? You'd say you clearly saw this, even though you were, by your own admission, far away. That's right. I had been thinking about it over and over since that night. But things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Miss Von Karma. Now I'm 100% certain that it was Max and the ringmaster that I saw that night. Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols? Uppity symbols? Uppity symbols? Lawyers nowadays, don't you even have time to go to school anymore to be one? Alright, everyone knows what to do. All together now, say it with Uncle Mo. See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me. Or with me. I must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Enough foolishness. Get back on track.
Will the witness please testify as to what he saw? And only what he saw?
Okay, well, did you see what the murder weapon was? You say that you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head? Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean the weapon? I have no idea. The weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no, I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Back to chilled voice, kinda. Mo, did you or did you not see the crime or murder? Did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night? I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. you had better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor, poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty. Is this a bit melodramatic? So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do I? At the moment, I don't think I do. To believe that my witness did not see the crime, I don't know, 5 thingies? Sure, why not? Of course I have grounds to make this claim. Then let's hear it. That's something I can't share with you at this time. Wait, what did you say? Mr. Wright! I know there's something wrong with this testimony, but I can't put why I feel that way in the words for the judge. Maybe we should get a bit more information. Once we find something more solid, we can give it another shot. Yeah, you're right. Mr. Wright, before we resume testimony, you know that you must be penalized. Oh, fuck. Yikes, that's harsh. Damn. Not even sure if I want to continue missing 5 whole points. I mean, I could just skip back to where I was. Save scum a little bit. No, let's play it straight for now. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my... Sure. I can always get it back later through Cyclox stuff. You say that practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., correct? See, that's the thing. How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now 8 o'clock. That's something a clown can riff off of. Hey Patrick, what's funnier than 24? 25. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke. No. Let's not make it 8 p.m. Alright, Mo? What do you mean, let's not? Don't take the clown out of the clowning around. Come on, Nick, just listen to his joke. There are 3 reasons why I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. 2, I'll get it with a penalty. 3, I'll get whipped. Will the witness just proceed with his factual testimony? You're so boring. Actually, you know what? Sure, why not? Maybe it's a clue. You know you want to hear the joke? A man goes to his doctor and the doctor asks, "How is number 1?" The man says, every day 7, then what's the matter? Witness, these are exactly the types of jokes you should say for that detective. That's it. You knew what would happen. Don't look at me like that. Holy shit. This will not become a kangaroo court. This isn't funny at all. In more ways than one. Well, at least I saved. Thought there'd be an achievement tied to that. You were pooped that night? Yes, I was very tired, not to mention I had some bad Mexican food. So Mexico exists. Okay. Good to establish for the timeline. What? The double cheese, double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. What happens after that, as they say, happens. Ha 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 ha. That one was cool, huh? I hear these kids love toilet humor these days. That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply. What? How the fuck is that my fault? Okay. You can fuck right off, you fucking clown. Now I gotta skip through some shit again. Fast forward. How was I supposed to know that was gonna get me penalized? I didn't even make him make the joke. Why am I getting penalized? Bullshit. Bullshit, no. Refuse. I refuse to accept this. Activate. Well, anyway. So. Yeah, he's doing that. Well, things to talk about. Attack on Titan ended yesterday. That was pretty big. Not gonna say specifically how it ended, but like overall, thought it was pretty good. Thought it was fine. People told me for years it was gonna be shit. I thought it was okay. Alright. That's very interesting. Yeah. Oh boy. Mo, just fucking stop, Mo. Went back to his room. At 10 o'clock, he's pooped. Glanced out the window, alright. You just happened to glance out the window? You could say that. You could say peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Curls! Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further in this issue. Keep pressing! Like you're stopping a wound from bleeding. Yeah. Press like that. Or like you're giving CPR. Exactly why did you look out your window that night? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday, once I tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Man. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? That's not something you forgot to mention. Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well, Mr. Carlos, please revise your testimony. This should start turning the tables in our favor. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say... Mr. Carlos, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary. Oh, how did you know that I was gonna make a joke? I guess that sounded like, I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly. Someone getting hit, huh? What then? You went to look out the window and you saw... I think we already examined this one.
Max was wearing his cloak. Wait, but now we already know the contradictions. We can just go through this one. I got it now. I understand. I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you will be telling us that all is that a great reason? Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated the following under oath. He kept watching them and all of a sudden Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo is to be believed when he says he's looking out the window upon hearing a sound, there's no way that he could have seen Max clonk anybody. In 1972 Crack Cloud... What? Oh. Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car. The C team. Yep, the C team. I was gonna make that joke. Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C team theme to anger this court? No. I was just stilling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. Yeah, these types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Okay, Maya, that joke did not suck. That was fine. Well, oh, you're back from your jog? Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Which way? You said it 2 different ways, Mo. Pretty much. When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. Von Karma. Tampering with witnesses again. So now you are saying you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Yep. He was on permanent Mr. Carls! I didn't see what it said. Your Honor, you did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say that you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette next to him. Very well, then please testify to the silhouette that you saw. I expect the truth. And even if I catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. Mo would be the kind of person to show up to a Zoom court meeting with the name, like, what was it, Cocknobbler 3000? Wasn't there some guy that had some weird Zoom name in a court meeting? I thought that was kind of funny. The silhouette. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there's no doubt that it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime. It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever. This should finally be good enough, yes? It is decisive testimony. Was Max really at the scene of the crime that night? At the crime scene last night? Or that night? He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that. All right, Mr. Wright. Commence your cross-examination. He's gonna say why could it have only been Max, then it's because of the symbols. There are the symbols. What are the symbols? Soul Cat, the black cloak. You were able to see that kind of detail from your window? There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight should be able to have been able to see that much. Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like? I can see like a hawk out of my left eye and an eagle out of my right eye. I identify field mice, and then he just dives to like eat some rodent he found in like the podium. Our records say his eyesight is a perfect 20/20. That must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly. The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes. Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was. So you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding? That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused that loud noise. It must have been something incredibly hard. Too bad I haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure. They claim it was a blunt object. At least it says so in the autopsy report. With Trila's testimony and now Mo's, it really seems like Max is the killer. Nick, you've got to find a contradiction in this. It's not going to be enough. What? I have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that'll help. I've got to do it. Don't you think you're going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? That shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement, don't you think? Water. What are you getting at? I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain that it was Max? I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. You see, what I saw was Max. I'm sure of that. It doesn't seem like he's jumping to any conclusions this time. Well, let's go over this again then. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night? And again with this, the uppity symbols, the cape, the hat, the roses. Trila said the same thing. But if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and worn them? I thought of that myself. But just looking at the shape of the face I saw, it must have been Max. You're sure of that? Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into a trap. You're sure this is what you saw that night? Exactly what I said I saw is exactly what I saw. I get eyes like a hawk. No birds have terrible night vision. But that's not all I saw. I have the eye of an eagle. Let's see, the black, wait, is his cloak black? It is. I'm dumb. Well, but no doubt it was him. But did we already do this one? So you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding. Incredibly hard. Yep. Let's see. What can I use to cast doubt on this? Let's try this one again. That's basically nothing. I feel like I know the answer to this case, but... Yeah. Okay, so basically we have looked into all of these things. Why are you so sure? You're able to see that kind of detail from your window? Okay, yeah, light near the crime. Da da da. What the fuck is the answer to this? Photo of the crime scene. Wait, but then if there are no footprints, that could mean that he was flying, which is another problem, damn it. Let's see. I think the hat might be it, because when you think about it, why would Max leave the hat that could identify him at the scene? I saw his 3 symbols: silk hat, cloak. I don't have anything to doubt that. He's only 21, damn. These two are the same age, that's funny. Oh, man. Let's see. Who else could it be? Well, it's the shape of his face, but he doesn't have a twin, so... Silhouetted, but there's no doubt it was him. But there's no other set of footprints on the thing. It's just his. It's 'cause, like... Oh boy, I have no idea what I'm doing here. Fuck. Fine. True assessment Namos, da da da. Saw someone other than Max. But who else would it be? Could have only belonged to Max. Let's start from the top, I guess. We'll figure something out. 100% certain. I got that. Alright. So, from there. Same thing, symbols. Shape of the face. Okay, shape of the face. Let's think about that. Eyes of a hawk. 20/20 vision. Let me think. Silk hat, the black cloak. This is the only thing I can think of that might do it. That's like, there's like no other option. And that is a symbol of maximum fabulousness. This isn't really an objection though, this is more like I'm agreeing with him that it was there. Question is, who would be wearing it? And I don't know. At the moment, technically, granted I remember the solution to this, but... Shit. Can't get through by pressing this time. Let's see, to the back of the head. Shit. Alright, let's start it from the top. Picture the crime scene. I think this is the most likely one because he's like no other footprints there. But his the headmaster's, ringmaster's, whatever his name is, his footprints are still there. But there are no other footprints. Then that just proves that it's Max, because Max can fly. Not really though, but kinda. I'm gonna try this. Fuck. Fuck. Only if belonged to Max. Yeah, his cape is purple. Really? That was it? Really? You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols? I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? Mo, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. I thought that was just an exact, like, one of those things where it's like, yeah, you know, I ate the lime, the coconut, I did the whole thing. You know, it's like just approximating. 3 symbols? Yay! Everyone get ready. All together now. Hat, cloak, white roses. What's this? Who cares if he knows that there was 3 or not? He saw what he saw. And he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo? Do you like pie? I love pie. Yeah, okay. Alright, Mo. Come on. Come on, man. Just do the thing. Silence, fool! You want to respond with the whole truth. No fractions. Order! Order! Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw. That's pretty big. The crime scene was dark. It was obviously too dark to see that kind of detail. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them. Since the roses must have fallen off when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case?
Clearly not. He's just toying with this court. Not so, Francesca. I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it's not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trilo's testimony? There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone in that crazy getup and get his nose stuck so high? How can you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece getup? Trilo saw them all. Trilo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses in the person he saw. There's absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. There is no doubt that this is a contradiction.
Now what am I supposed to think?
What I tell you to think, old man.
One is supposed to disregard the pointless, but this...
Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness had stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap up this case now. Let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt in the prosecution's case.
Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that unlike wine, the witness has not grown more mature with age.
I'm not mature.
I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable. Which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony.
How much more testimony do you need? What?
If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling.
A ruling? A ruling. Nick, this is your last chance. The Silhouette, Part 2. There's no doubt in my mind there were no white roses that night. However, all the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing the entire thing time that he was on the scene.
Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this.
Just one chance?
I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. If you're going to prove to me there is a contradiction with Mr. Curl's statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations.
I got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I'll need. I think it's with the last one. Mo, be honest. Ow! You promised Mr. Phoenix, right? No more badgering. Hope you enjoy. What? Bullshit!
Excuse me, I'm the one handing out the
Exactly!
You're not gonna whip me too, are you?
Maybe after court, if you're into that kind of thing.
She's in the clowns?
This isn't kind of pointless if you whip me after court. Bullshit! Out of rage, I do this. Asking him to fucking clarify is worth 5 points? This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind? Exactly how would mistake a thing like that?
I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright?
Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene? That means... The silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. No, that's not true. But you said it was true. Order! 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 Mr. Curls! Yes, Your Honor. What is the meaning of all this? You are old enough to know to then to behave like this in court. That's just not right. It's so harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess, you just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you were sitting above me? No, I'm only gonna still be younger than you. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear I saw him. He was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. I'm telling the truth. He's turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene? What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo, what do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? He went, what do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that. Oh, you can. Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor. The witness's testimony is so full of holes, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. It's so full of holes. It's so full of holes that, fuck, I don't have anything clean for this. Never mind. You've got a point. Let's see what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that alright with you, little guy? Is that alright with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer's obvious. He just turned around and walked away. Footprints. That's what I expected you'd say. You sure that's how it happened? Say what? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Boys nowadays sure do love to hop on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter his story as to how the criminal left the scene? I do. Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there. Yeah. So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in. Wait just a second. What now? You guys can just ignore everything I've said. Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. Why weren't you telling it the first time? You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. It didn't hurt. I'm just sick and tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better. How the fuck are they still going, is the question. Mr. Lawrence Curls. Yes. The testimony you provided up until now has been false? It hasn't been false, I haven't lied, it's just... It's just what? It's just that I was a bit confused in the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Bet she's not gonna get any punishment for that. Just like Edgeworth didn't. It's pretty fucked. Pretty fucked, everyone. But yeah, that's what's happening. Order! Order! I will have order! Franziska Von Karma, how could you? He asked calmly. Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have.
What opinion is that?
It's not funny.
That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you say you saw, Mr. Curls.
You're not gonna believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel. Now it's time for your next segment, Mo Knows. God damn it, Mo, shut up. Everything that I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's what I saw. He flew away. This is the truth now. Get ready for it. He flew. He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now?
Well, that was... how do you put this in the words?
Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician, but he leaves the scene of a crime by flying. There's no way that actually happened.
You're right.
Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses. Why don't you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of the story.
To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright?
Unfortunately...
He's telling the truth.
What he just said was so strange. I don't think he would have made it up.
Which means that he's telling the truth.
That's what I think. Nick, wait! That means Max actually used magic. Yikes, you're right. Gotcha. Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist.
I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that, but I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen.
You imbecile.
If you disregard a need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus, I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It is an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned.
December 29th, 2:33 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 5.
Hey, sweeties! What in the world is going on?
That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared.
He's there, isn't he? Like, Max, wasn't he there during the trial?
Max, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you?
I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy.
But it looks so effortless on your stage. For you on stage.
It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires to have them hoist me through the air.
Wow, you just told me the secret to your magic. No, I broke the first rule! The cardinal rule! The only rule! I'm sorry, Max. I made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the secret to their tricks. What the fuck is happening? Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope we can find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. Great idea. Let's do our best and catch this sucker. That's a great idea. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have been Arrowhead, your favorite VTuber Android. My next stream is Tuesday. As for what it'll be, stay tuned for my schedule to find out. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. Have a lovely morning, day, or evening, and goodbye